All right, we got a Wednesday recap. Let's get into it. So let me just hop on a 15-minute real quick. Let me show you what's good. All right. So what we had, right, is we opened up and I was like, shit, we at all-time highs. That sucks. Oh, my hair is fucked up. Whatever. Don't worry about that. Um, we're at all-time highs. What do we do? Wait for retracement, take it to that internal high. Yeah. So I was looking at this actually. There was this 1 hour gap right here that I want to see us fill. And there's also a 1 hour gap on ES. That is the wrong fucking color. So I just want to see that get filled probably. This on ES was already filled. So I didn't really need it to be, but it looked like in the morning that Nasdaq wanted to go down there. We ended up not doing that, but I'll show you what it was looking like. Just have the targets for shorts at least, so London low, Asia low. Even though I didn't really think it was going to go that low, but in case it was displacing down there, you could definitely take that. 5 minute, not too bad. We came up, we respected this gap, and we got displacement down. There is this a 15-minute gap? Yeah, there's this 15-minute gap we came into right here. Hourly is right down there. So let's top down to the 1 minute. So we have our bias, right? Market opens. We're looking for longs, but we're displacing lower. So let's see. What do we do? Okay. So yeah, market open is right here. Um, Crazy chop work, by the way. There is one thing that you can see here, right? So there was this 5 minute gap that we tapped into right here. I'll mark it out so you can see. What did I just move? Okay, maybe nothing. So we came up, we tapped to that gap, and then uh we got this displacement to the low. Um, why am I on the fucking 2 minute? Jesus fucking Christ. So yeah, it came into the 5 minute, right? We got displacement out of it, and that's not really enough. This candle is bigger than that candle, but it's not really enough. We get these two tiny retracement candles, and then we displace again, creating that order block right there. I wasn't too confident in this, so I didn't take it. But your entry would be at that order block, expecting that to hold. We did get a tap back in, and you could have taken it to that 15-minute gap, which would have been 1 to 5. But I would have thought the draw was to this hourly, so I probably would have held it to the 2.5. Would have gotten break evens. Um, and also the entry on ES was definitely a little bit cleaner because you had that inverse gap. You had that tap up there. Um, Only thing is that we did have an SMT and NQ was more bearish. So you kind of want to take out NQ. But yeah, no, that displacement was good. We didn't sweep that low yet, and you expect this fair value gap to hold, which it did. But NQ was more bearish, so NQ was the one that actually moved. We would have been stopped out on ES. So there you go. So then we get more displacement to the high upwards, right? And I kind of want to see us, get past this 5 minute gap right here. Um, so what happens is we come back in here and we reject again. Um, and now so I'm thinking, okay, we're probably gonna come to this low and probably to this. But what happens is ES comes down into that 1 hour gap and we have an SMT right here, and then we get immediate displacement. Um, Now this would have been the first entry because we inverse this gap right here with pretty good displacement right here, and we have this fair value gap. So this is a little bit tricky though, only because ES number one is showing bearish movement still. Oh wait, no, we didn't tap into that yet, actually. My bad. ES is not tap into that yet. But we get this we sweep a low and then we get inverse like this. ES is still showing it's bearish though, so I didn't like this. Now what we ended up doing, right, is on the 5 minute, just want to make sure I'm right about this. Yeah, we inverse this 5 minute gap. So we inverse that 5 minute gap up there, and then we get a retracement into a 5 minute gap. ES taps into that 1 hour gap, and then we get an immediate flip like this. This is where I went wrong today. I wanted to take this trade, but I the entry was too high. Entry was like up here, and I want it to be like right here. Thing I've been doing that I've been like it's kind of stupid if you really think about it is, I take inverses usually, and so I put my entry point right at that top. But number one, when you're looking for an inverse, you're looking for displacement past it. You don't want to see it just barely inverse. You kind of want to see it go past it. And so ideally, I'm gonna be entering, like here, and I should keep my stops there because, I'm not gonna be taking inverse that is right on that line. I'm gonna be taking one that's probably up here. Um, and what else was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Um, so yeah, taking it to this high, right? It wouldn't have been bad, but your stop had to been pretty fucking big because it could come down to these two gaps right here. It is a BPR though, so I do expect it to hold pretty well, but it can still fill in those gaps. But this is where I went wrong. I did not enter. I wanted to retrace right here to this level. We came so close, and I did not enter. I don't do limit orders. I do market, but especially with this retracement, that's a good retracement. But I'm undecided. I'm going to talk to my mentor tonight about it. But on these inverses, I'm thinking if it closes too high like this, but it's still like far away from there, I might enter half my position like on the inverse and then the other half when it taps back into here. So my fill does get averaged to like right here, a little bit higher, but I'm guaranteed to get into the trade. So I'm not going to be missing out and like feeling FOMO. I don't think it's a bad idea necessarily, but ideally, like when you see price come this fucking close, like look how close it came to that line. If it comes that close, like you can enter, the fill is going to be that much. Like it's really not that big of a deal. But yeah, so that was my first entry. I should have entered right here, and then as soon as I saw, yeah, I only would have been in half, so it would have been 500 right here. Huh. Yeah, that's the thing too. Like it was a 1-to-1 at best this trade. Kind of god awful because there's nothing to the left of us. So I really could only held to there. Um, yeah, honestly, not even mad. Just because the stop had been so low, I'm not mad that I didn't even enter on the inverse up there, but definitely should have entered when it came right down there though. Like when it retraced that deep, that's a 1.5 now, you know? So it depends. I think what I'm gonna do is, instead of putting my stop right here or my risk reward right there, I'm gonna put it uh kind of discretionary to be honest, but like 3 points in this scenario above would have been good. I seen that close right there. If it comes back right there, I'll enter and we still have, all that room. Because if I entered right here again, it would have been one. Um, or maybe I'll put it at one risk to reward see where it closes. If there's an entry below, if I can get a fill below, I'll enter half right there and then wait for the ideal entry, put half right there. Instead of a one, it goes to a 1.4, and the best case scenario is like a 1.7. It's not bad. Still some tweaks I need to figure out though, but yeah. I spent a lot of time talking on that. Holy shit. But yeah, that was the first trade, and then we ended up sweeping all these highs up here. Then, super simple. We retraced to a 5 minute gap, and then we got good displacement above that. Um, this case again, like you can't enter on that. Like you you can't do that. Yeah, stop it have been right there. If you waited for the retrace, which I did, I doubled my risk reward and it's actually above a one, so that's really good. Um, but yeah, what I think I should do, to be honest, is like just like focusing on where the best risk reward for the trade is. I can enter in half, but my ideal entry, which would be like a retrace into the inverse fair value gap or a tap into this fair value gap, I'll just add on my position there, just so like I feel like in the long run, I will miss a lot less setups. And even though the trades are a little bit less, like money in the short term, like long term, I do think it will be more profitable. Um, yeah, that's really it for today. Uh, yeah, that's my recap. I'm just gonna go over PM session. I'm not gonna record it, but I'm gonna go over PM session, see what we had, and hopefully tomorrow has better price action because so far this week has been pretty bad. Besides Monday, I don't remember if Monday was. I think Monday was good. Um, Monday was mid. I'm pretty sure too, but not as mid as Tuesday and Wednesday. But yeah, that's it for today.